hairdo's all messed up. I don't even care. Joey said I'm a lifesaver. You really want to see that damn wrestling thing, huh? Mm-hmm. Hello, peoples. I don't know my name here yet, but
hello.
Hello. Hey, AC Drake. We are doing well. Excuse us stuffing our face. We're having a late dinner, but that's the first time I see your name pop up. Did you just have you been a subscriber a while, or is this your first time in our lives?
Definitely.
We ordered this like an hour ago, but I guess they were so busy that
We had to wait.
they're like, it's gonna take an hour. Oh, okay, when we're doing the purses. Well, welcome. How's your Saturday night going so far? Wow, you go that far back.
Well, thank you.
Excuse the noise. We're babysitting for our daughter. And this little guy is special needs, so he makes, when he's excited, he makes noise. We're having pizza. What'd you have for dinner? Trying to show. What'd you have for dinner? That's right.
Oh.
Beef stew. Yes. We had beef stew not too long ago.
And it was so good.
And
Carlos
then,
actually made it for the first time.
yeah, that was my first time making it. It was actually pretty good.
He used the crock pot. It was really good. It was so soft.
Where is it?
It should be behind you. Behind her.
Oh. It is behind it. And then we made Oye style. So we did the same thing but with chicken. Eva!
Oh.
An apple cobbler. I never had cobbler.
Apple cobbler.
Is that good?
Is that like an apple pie type?
Yeah, is that like an apple pie type thing? What's up, Miss Eva?
How you doing, Miss Eva? Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. What's PA looking like tonight? How's Mario? Drake, I love apple pie stuff, but I have a nut allergy, and too many places put nuts in the apple pie and the crust.
They do extra stuff.
So I could never eat it. I'm so scared to eat it. They put like crushed cashews or something like that, and I'm afraid to eat it. From NY, and you're eating Chinese food. Hell yeah.
Heck yeah. One thing I can't wait to visit.
Former New Yorkers either eating Chinese food or pizza. No, well, Mario is on his way back from New York. She's just happened to be eating Chinese food.
Apple cinnamon brown sugar. Oh, okay. We might have to try it ourselves, babe. So
You said that like you was a baker.
So that you don't have to worry about nuts.
Yeah, but even if you buy the pie crust, like we have to make our own pie crust.
But you can buy the pie crust.
That's what I'm saying. But some people make pie crust with nuts in it.
Not if you buy like the ones that come from like Pillsbury or something.
Swear God, that's mother-in-law?
Mother-in-law.
Ha! I'm learning. What did you guys think of today's vlog? Were you able to watch it yet? Oh, no pie crust. Oh, okay. Well, that's even cool. Because like I said, that's what worries me is that people put it in the pie crust. Let me tell you something. I had all these clips and something would happen or whatever and I would get distracted and yep, so I was approved. We found out Thursday. I showed it at the very end. If you like wait to the end, you'll see the letter. I obviously had to block out some stuff, but
yes, Eva. God is good.
Yeah. And we couldn't function like the anxiety from both of us was so real. Like it was
hard to sleep. It was hard to eat. Like
I got approved Drake for Veterans Affairs benefits. So I got compensated for the stuff the shit that's wrong with me.
thanks to the military.
Thanks to the military. So I was in a process. Thank you. I was in a process since July. There was a whole long story why. I mean, if you guys want to hear it, I'll tell you. But there's a whole long story why why it took me 20 years to do it, and but I finally did it. I started it in this past July, and it stayed dormant. Thank you, Drake. It stayed dormant for a few months. Like it was just like in the gas. As a matter of fact, Friday, I received a notice that they actually denied me before they received all my records and before they finally received all my stuff. Like they had denied me, and once they got it, like that changed their mind and stuff. But it's a whole story. It's not exciting enough for a vlog. Can you hand me my water? But I went through it, and with Lexi's help and Tori's help, my daughter.
Yep, we got through it.
No, Eva, she We
Away for the weekend.
she is finally away for the weekend. And I say finally because ever since we've been back, we've been trying to get her to get out. Yes, Drake. I don't say a whole lot of benefits, but it does open us up for some benefits. So yeah, that's pretty cool.
Especially the health benefits.
Especially the health benefits, and I'm able to add Lexi here on my disability, so I'll actually be compensated extra for for having a dependent, and she'll be able to go to see the VA too, which I didn't know initially. Babe, the fact that you ate 2 slices of pizza. I just realized it. I just realized you picked up and you grabbed another one. Thank you. Yeah, so it was let me tell you something. It was a 20-year journey. It was a 20-year journey of it was a 20-year journey, so it was a long time coming. But if you guys have any questions, I'll answer. If you guys have any questions about it.
Hello?
Good thing you got another one. Thank you.
Thank you. It's on there already.
It's on there already. Not VA, but veteran. And only because they didn't check. They just asked me. They were like, "Are you a veteran?" And I was like, "Yeah." And so they just stuck it on there. So it was needless to say, it was very emotional.
It's been a roller coaster of emotions this week. It's good.
Yeah.
Not New York.
Yeah, not New York,
That is
but
the closest we can get here to New York.
it's pretty damn close.
It's
But
literally called Brooklyn's Pizza. Oh.
it's because I'm disabled.
That's his thing now.
Oh, I'm gonna live it up. We fought long and hard to be able to say that.
Agreed.
New York is it's a place like unlike anything you've ever seen. There's similar places like London and Tokyo and stuff that are similar, but nothing quite like New York. He's not upset. Like he went to bed like waiting for her last night, and he woke up this morning looking for her. But I wouldn't say he's upset.
He's actually been in a really good mood.
But that's because he loves Mima. He'll be 13 in a little more than a month. He is 12 years old right now.
I mean, you think about it, it's been just as long for him, you know, to not have her around. 'Cause, you know, he's always with her. So, you know, I'm sure he's, you know, wondering where she is and.
But they needed some time away from each other. If it no, he's 12. He's I don't know if you heard me say it earlier, but he's autistic. So
What you're hearing is him stimming.
yeah, what you're hearing is him stimming.
She does. She does. She dedicates her entire life to taking care of him.
Like she's literally like
She hasn't stopped.
she hasn't stopped either. But she literally like I don't know how to say it, like she reworked her whole life so that it evolves around him. So sometimes, you know, as her okay, I'm not eating no more. As her parents, you know, we used to have him every 2 weeks before we left. But when we left, we were gone for a year and a half. So, you know, like a lot had changed in that year and a half. No, Drake, he's he'll talk if you prompt him. Like if you ask him a direct question, he'll say stuff, but it's very limited.
He's considered nonverbal.
But yeah, he's considered nonverbal. But so a lot, you know, in a year and a half, a lot changed. So, you know, she was, you know, worried about leaving him and his comfortability and her comfortability too, you know. So
I think more her than him.
yeah.
Honestly.
So when we got, you know, when we got back, we kept like urging her, like go out, go, like, you know, and not that she's, you know, partying. And she's 34. Like she's not, you know, she's not doing any of that stuff now. But, you know, she's a reader. So sometimes, you know, we're like, you know, hey, like go, like I'll stay with him. Go to Barnes and Noble, and you know. Nice. Oh yeah.
He is in therapy.
Yeah, he is in therapy though. And so it just so happens, you know, we've been back for I don't know 7-8 months now. I don't know, since July, and she got invited somewhere, and although I'm sure it took like every ounce of her being to ask, she was like, "Hey, do you guys mind?"
And then we said yes, right? Because why wouldn't we? And then she's like, "But I'll let you know for sure if I'm gonna go or not." So it took her until what, Thursday?
Yeah.
Wednesday night? And she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna go." I'm like,
and then so let me tell you, she left like
details.
like detailed instructions.
She don't play.
And like and not only detailed instructions, but then like she prepped food for him, you know, because I don't know how much you know about like autism, like, but like he has a peculiar appetite, so like he only eats certain stuff and stuff like that. So
and the way she makes it, because that's what he's used to, right?
Right, and then the way she makes it. So like she left like. So like she cut up some spam and then she like separated between the days, and then she left me instructions because Lexi was at work
during the day. I'm working
during the day yesterday, and she was working today. So it was just me and him all day. So she left like detailed instructions, like, okay, put this in the microwave for this long. This goes in the air fryer for this long. And then he has I won't say it's weird because it's not. It's him. It's who he is. But he won't eat if his food is touching. So like if his food, like if you know how some people mix their food or whatever, like he is not like that at all. So like
she has her the place that she has for him have compartments because of that, because he doesn't want anything to touch the other thing. Although he's eating it all together, it has to be separated.
Yeah.
And they can't touch. Because if they touch, he's not eating the whole plate.
And I found out the hard way because there was one time a month or so ago I stood with him while she was at an appointment and I fixed him some food and he didn't eat it and I'm telling her when she got home she's like, how's he doing? I'm like well, he didn't eat his food. And then she went and looked at the tray and she was like because it's touching. she's like he doesn't like that. So
that's awesome.
that's awesome. Oh yeah, those are little wins.
Those are wins, man. Those are wins.
Like the first time we heard him say like a clear word, like we were all like
like those are wins. And when he tries something new, like we're all like, he tried that. You know, even if he doesn't ever eat it again. But the fact that he even gave it a shot.
And we
like,
do
wow.
it, we do it inconspicuous too. Like we're like, look
what he's doing.
Look what he's doing.
You know? But yeah,
so
those are wins.
Yeah, those are important. So she'll be back tomorrow. But like I said, man, we were happy to stay with him for her, so she can get away. And you know, I specifically told her, I'm like, there are more people in the world than us, his speech therapist, and the cashiers at Walmart and BJ's. Oh wow!
Oh, that's awesome.
I can't.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna put it on my phone, but BJ has my phone.
I can't.
Because his iPads are dead.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, I dropped the ball. I let his iPad. I can't read that.
My nephew is autistic, and now that he turned 13, he has become very aggressive. It happens. It happens more often than not. And there's really not much, you know, like you can't control that. It's just part of who they are. And, you know, as grandma, I chuck it up to the fact that, you know, the aggression comes from not being able to, you know, verbalize and not be understood. That's how I see it.
Well, we hoping
it's frustration on top of everything else, and you know
it could be that too. Hormones, he said.
Yeah.
It could. Yeah,
definitely.
We're hoping that doesn't happen because
he's a big boy.
AJ's a big boy. Like
he's bigger than his mama. Like
yeah, our son, his uncle is 6'4", his father 6'2", and then everybody in the family is, you know, like we're hefty people. So he's
a big boy.
He's a big boy. And
my daughter's not big. She's tall, but she's not big.
Well, yeah, she's not big, but
he's strong. He just doesn't use his strength. Like he doesn't know. Thank God.
Yeah, I say that all the time. Like, thank God he doesn't realize how strong he is, because he's strong. You're 5 foot here. He's I'm 5'8.5". He's got to be at 12 years old. He's got to be like 5'6", 5'7", somewhere around there.
Oh my God! No! You want the phone? Mama, kill me.
Sorry, we don't let him on camera. His mother's wishes, and we work hard to respect that. So, but he's a happy boy, and you know, and I don't want to say the weird thing, but the funny thing is that even though he's special needs, you can still see the 12-year-old in him. Like, you know, I used to tell him all the time. I'm like, you know, don't get it mistaken. Like, he's still a 12-year-old boy. And 12-year-old boys do what 12-year-old boys do. So he tries to be sneaky and all of that.
Like he was trying to be with you today?
Oh, yeah, like he was trying to do it. I'm like, what the hell why are you in the water? Leave the water alone. Well, thank you, Drake. We're trying. Yeah, Eva. Yeah, we're glad to. Like, we really, and she was so excited. Like, she was nervous, obviously, but you can see the excitement in her as well. Like, so we were glad. Like, and then I'm the type to mess with her. So like when she calls and she's like, "How's my baby doing?" and I'm like, "Well, the hookers just left, and we're getting ready to do lines in a few minutes." And
he be messing with her.
yeah, I mess with her all the time. Like, he's fine.
She just be like, "Well, I hope y'all having fun."
I'm like, he's fine. Well, he's fine. Like, but I've been doing that to her all his life. Yeah. But he's good. Like I said, he's still 12, so he's mischievous. He thinks that nobody can see his big ass when he's trying to be sneaky. I spent about 6 to 7 months when I was in Florida doing DoorDash. I was doing DoorDash, Uber Eats, Instacart, and Grubhub. And it took me 12 hours to make $100. Like, I used to have to do it because at the time we were living in a hotel. So I had to make the money every night so that we can stay in the hotel. And it would literally take me almost all night to make $100. Or all day I would have to go out there. And I was in a rich neighborhood. Like, we lived near Boca Raton, which is, I don't know how much you know about Florida, but it's a high class area. And yeah, like, I was spending more money being out there than actually making money because it was Florida. It was in the summer. Like, I had to run the AC. Like, I couldn't sit there with no AC on, and I would sit there for hours and not get any orders, or like all the good orders. Excuse me, guys. All the good orders, like, they were scammers. So like you would see a really good order flash across the screen, and instantly it would be gone. And yeah, so I wouldn't make any money. And when I made money, I had to, I had to eat, or because I was out there all day, or I had to put gas in the car. So like I wouldn't, whatever I made had to go right back into the car. I mean, it's good, for some people. For some people, he's probably gonna tell you even that you need to get off. Don't hang with those people no more. Get off. Because Eva says that. So Mario just walked in, and of course he heard strippers, and he was like, "Oh, that's Carlos, right?" He was like, "It was one thing last week, and now it's strippers this week." He's like, "That Carlos is a busy guy." But I mean, it was. Some people say that they make really good money, but that was not my experience at all. Like,
oh, hello, Swagger. How are ya?
We're really not that bad, ma'am.
No, we're not.
Like, we're really not that bad.
We're just jokesters.
We yeah. I try to keep it.
We're just jokesters.
PG-13.
We just try to be funny. That's all.
But yeah, that wasn't my experience, man. Like, it was. I'm telling you, I would be out there all night, and she'd be like, I'm assuming that's God bless
thank you.
Thank you. Same to you. But yeah, we would be out. I would be out there all night, and Lexi would be with me too. Like, there was nights where she was with me, and we just be sitting there for hours in like the middle of everything too. Like there'd be stores surrounding us, and
It was rough, to say the least.
it got to the point where I was like, I don't even want to go out. Like I'm just going out there to sit in a hot ass car. Like it was bad.
You say hi.
Every time I bumped into somebody, oh, I make this much. I'm like,
You say
I'm
hi
like,
to your family.
I got 4 different apps.
Say,
I don't know
hola,
what the hell I'm doing.
familia.
So I won't be doing that no more. I mean, I can't do it now, but because we only got the one car. But yeah, it was. I mean, it got us through. Like, I mean, there were some nights that,
I mean, there was some nights where Carlos was out there all day while I was at work, and he would come, he would pick me up, take me back to the hotel room, and he would go back out, and he would stay out till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like it was rough.
I mean, even like in one aspect, coming from what I was doing, like, I had a lot of responsibility. I had over 100 employees. Like, so coming from what I was doing, I mean, it was nowhere near the same amount of money, but it was a release. Like, I was like, oh, I can make money and I don't have to worry about anybody else or whatever. But I mean, if you're making money, it's good. If you're making, $175, $200 after your expenses, food and gas, then yeah.
Else it was food, gas, the hotel,
and the hotel room.
So
I had to make that every night. I had to have enough money to put gas in the car to do it again the next day, so we could eat one meal, at least one meal a day,
literally,
and pay for the room.
One meal a day. Yep.
There was sometimes we didn't eat until 6:30, 7 o'clock at night. That was the only meal all of us were eating.
Oh.
Anna Rodriguez.
I hope she was good to her.
Yeah, I hope she was a good person. So, and that's why I like all this, with the VA, so when we got back to our daughter's house, this is where we came, Lexi had, she was in my ear again, and she has been for pretty much the entire time that we've been together. She was like, you need to do this, like, and then, at this point now it was like, it was like, it's gonna help us if you can get approved. It'll help us. Before I was, making great money, so it was like whatever.
We had health coverage. Just like,
so
what do we need that for?
But and then my daughter was like, do it.
She's
like
the worst they can tell you is no. Like, but if you don't try, you don't know.
The answer's always no if you don't ask.
But
so
we both promised him that we were gonna be there. We were gonna ride it out with him. We were gonna, and we did. I went with him to one appointment. She took him to the other and sat with him. Like, we did it.
And they were, in my ear, keeping me. Like I said, man, it was a lot. There was a lot behind it.
Oh, his timing is always perfect.
Oh yeah, definitely, always in God's time.
Always.
And let me tell you something. And we said that, like, if I would have went with this argument 20 years ago when I first got out, like where things are now, and as far as like the understanding of stuff,
wouldn't have been hurt.
I wouldn't have been hurt. Like I would have, and that was my argument. It was like, I was like, why, like why put myself through that? They didn't listen to me when I was in, and so I was like, why put myself to that? And when I got out, the last thing that somebody said to me was like, you ain't shit and you ain't never gonna be shit. So like I took that as motivation to do what I did at my last career. Like, that's what motivated me to excel and be as good as I was, and to prove to myself that I didn't need that. And so that's what I did. But it happened now because it was meant to happen now.
It was supposed to be now. Like Eva just said, like perfect timing. It's God's timing. He was like, okay, now you can handle this. Now you can do it.
Well,
And
and also now, I had somebody in my corner that was there, supporting me, and Lexi believed me in what I was going through, and it was because of Lexi for so long that she was the one telling me, like, what you went through is not normal. Like, that's not normal.
horrible. Absolutely horrible.
Yeah, like I used to,
Absolutely horrible.
yeah, like I mean, the she's learning now because we live in a military town. But I told her months ago, I'm like, people have like this like idea of the military, and it can be, and like behind it, it is very much like that. But there are people that, just like anywhere else, that make it a really, really horrible place. And if you just happen to be around those, surrounded by those people, it could be a miserable experience. It's there's a lot that a lot of people don't hear, unless you, like I said, unless you live in the area, and then you hear it, and she hears it all the time now. Now it's in the local news all the time. You be like, damn. It's
Yeah.
Then I told her, I'm like, yeah, there's a lot that goes on that a lot of people just don't hear about.
Yeah. It's scary though
I,
because not everybody has support. Not everybody has somebody in their corner, and certain things can be said that can be detrimental to somebody.
I was, I went through things when I was younger in my childhood, and then, I went to the military to escape and get away, and it just was worse. It can be a handful,
Absolutely.
and let me tell you something. That's why, like when I got the news, I was home. I was in our apartment, and she happened to be calling me FaceTime when I got the news, but she was just happened to be working in town that day, so I ignored, which is only 2 blocks away from the apartment. So I had the car because I took her to work, and I got in the car and I ignored her phone call, and I ran over there. And I had told her, I was like, if I come in the middle of the day, just know that I got good news to tell you. So of course I rolled up and I showed her, and then once I showed her, she took a deep breath, and then I broke down crying, and then she started screaming, you did it," and and I say all this to say what you were saying, Eva. I'm like, no, we did this. Like, like she dealt with me from the moment we got together. You know, I had these mental issues. I just didn't know. And everybody else in my life, everybody else I dated or whatever, like they ran off. They thought I was, you know, they thought I was, uh,
It was an emotional moment.
they thought I was, like this loose cannon. My mother would call me an ogre. I was just this broken loose cannon that was uncontrollable. And Lexi was the only one in my life that saw that there was something wrong. And that's why I said, like, we did it. It was a win for the both of us, because every time I have a moment, every time all the scars and stuff in my, I don't know if you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but all the scars in my hands and stuff like that, like she had to bandage those up. Like she bandaged those. She had to lay in the bed with me while I was crying uncontrollably. When I was having an episode and I was shouting at the top of my lungs, like she was there, dealing with that and watching me. And she tells me all the time, she's like, every time you go through one of these things, like I'm on the roller coaster with you, like.
I mean, I do. I go on it with him. I just stay, I try to stay as stable as I can. Because obviously I want to fix it. I want it to go away. I don't want him to be that way. I don't want him to go through that. Um, but I love my husband, and he's an amazing person. And no one is perfect. We all have flaws. And I told him from day one, I'm gonna believe in you. I got your back, and we're gonna get through life together. We're gonna figure it out. So
So
yeah, I go through those emotional roller coasters with him, and there's times when, he's ghost, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna like I'm not even gonna pay you no mind because I can't. Like I don't have the energy. There's days where I don't have the energy. And I just be like, whatever. I'm like, Harley, come lay over here. We just gonna let him be. Like just let him have his moment and we just sit on the couch and ignore him and he eventually will come out like nothing happened. Hey, do you want this or you want can I do anything for you? And I'm like, you were just over there exploding. um but it's my life and I wouldn't change it for anything. Like I wouldn't there's nothing I would change about it. Like my husband is who my husband is. Or under all of that, he's an amazing human being. And oh, definitely. I don't for the most part I don't entertain
No,
his moments.
I don't think she ever. She's always like.
Yeah, I don't I
She's always
just
like let it be. Like she lets
yeah.
me. You know.
Now if I see like he's really like if I know the extreme, I'll come in, I'll step in and I'm like, hey, like calm down, like let's get through this, like breathe, like whatever. But for the most part, I let him have his moment, and it's whatever.
She just stares at me and that's me.
I ain't afraid. I'm not worried. Like I don't. I just be like, he's having a moment. He'll be alright in like 5 minutes.
But like I said, that was the special thing because nobody I ever involved myself with ever did that. They was just like, oh well, something's wrong with him, and they left. And like I said, they branded me. I was an abuser. I was this. I was aggressive. I was all these things that and that weren't true. That were like I'm like if you listen to the whole story, but it was always like I said, even my mother believed that, and Lexi was the one that she didn't leave. She was the one that was like, you need to talk to somebody. You need to get help.
I mean, that's initially how I started. Like I didn't even the military wasn't even a. I didn't even look at it for a long time. I didn't pay it no mind. Um, I was just like, okay, like we need to get you help. Like, what kind of human being am I gonna sit here and watch you go through these emotional roller coasters and be like, whatever? So I was like, no, like we need to get you help, like therapy. Like we need to figure this out. Like this is not, I know that this is not easy for you. I know. I mean, and it was like he would go up so high, in his emotions that when he came down, like he was mentally and physically exhausted. Like he couldn't function after that because it was just such a high that he would reach. And it was hard to watch. It was really, when you love somebody, that's hard to watch, and that you can't do it nothing about it. You can't fix it. Like it's not something you can just be like, oh, I'll just do this, I'll fix it. No, you can't. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm just his wife trying to support him. So I was like, no, we need to get you help. Like we need to figure this out. Like this is not okay. Like you shouldn't have to live like this. It's not okay. And he agreed. He didn't fight me. He didn't hesitate. Like I didn't threaten him. I didn't say, oh, if you don't do this, but he didn't fight me. He was like, okay, as long as you're gonna be there and you're gonna, absolutely, I'm gonna be right
Well,
there every step of the way.
again, nobody's ever said that to me. Like nobody's ever said like, hey, maybe this is something that we need to look into and do. Like nobody's ever said that to me. Like like I said, they would judge me, and and then and
It's
then
so
let
much
me
easier to just
and then let me
judge.
tell you something that a lot of people don't realize. So I have one of the things I suffer from is called IED. It's called intermittent explosive disorder, and when you have something like that, or something like bipolar, or something like that, like everything you do is because of that. You know what I'm saying? So like I've been in situations where am I loud?
You got loud.
Oh, okay. Well, I've been in situations where like I've literally had like someone like antagonize me, and then when I react, then it's like, oh, see what I'm talking about, see, and I didn't see what she said. I know, Lexi. I had some times when I go in a separate room and cry because Mario was unreachable, but eventually he would come out of it.
Yeah, I cried plenty of days, plenty of nights. And still, I still watch him go through the ups and downs. Since we've gone through all of this, he hasn't been able to take his meds because we couldn't afford it. We didn't have health insurance. So it's been rough. And it sucks because again, you have to watch the person you love go through that, knowing that they don't want to be there. He doesn't want to be that person. He doesn't want to feel that way. It's just his brain is just, that's just what it is. Um, so yeah, there are times when I still cry, and I feel bad because I can't fix it. I can't do anything about it. I can't make it right. Um, and it's, I've had to learn, in this process that I can't always fix it. And as much as I want to, I can't always fix it. Sometimes I just gotta let him be. Sometimes I just gotta let him go through his moment. And then other times I'm like, just listen to me. Like, I just want to fix it, and it's just
The
not that easy.
the I don't know how Mario feels, um, but like there are times when I'm going through something or whatever, and if she's with me, there are times that she comes into the room and she's like, or she'll come to me and she'll be like, look at me,
Like I
like
gotta,
like don't focus on anything else, like look at me, and but then there are times that when we're not together, like the other day, I don't remember what it was, but the other day, like I was, like I had a, it was a rough day. Like I was being annoyed and it was just rough. And when she got out the car, I mean, I didn't cry, but I was like, please hug me, like give me, I need a hug, like. And she hugged me, and like I just kind of like fell. I just kind of fell there until she was like, "You're not hugging me, dude." And
I was like, you said give me a hug, but you're not hugging me.
like
Hello.
Lexi's my peace. Like
I
she's
try.
my she's my person. Like that's who it's like what they say. Remember the old Incredible Hulk TV shows that there was always this girl that was able to like calm him down and get him to focus and stuff like that. Like that's Lexi. That's who she is.
I try. I try.
I tell her all the time. Like she's the only one with the cheat codes to my life. She has the cheat codes.
I just ignore him.
I mean, there was a time like my mother came to visit. This was years ago, and I told this I think the last time we were on, but my mother was here years ago, and I was hanging a TV, and the damn stud finder kept.
Oh, definitely. Oh, he's had his moments where he's like, I just need a minute, and I'm like, okay, no hard feelings.
Yeah, it took a long time to learn how to be that way.
No hard feelings.
Like I just
Yeah.
I'll come find you. Just I need
Yeah.
to.
And he'll come find me when he comes, he'll come looking for me.
That's hard. It's not easy. It's hard. It's hard, and like she said, when you don't want to be like that. I've been like so upset at the one time I was playing video games and I was getting so upset, like I can feel it building, and because I'm determined, I have which I feel like for me is such a bad thing sometimes. Like I'm so determined to do what I'm doing, like I didn't stop. Like I should have just like walked away and whatever, but I didn't stop, and it got to the point that I literally put my hand through the TV, and
And not in a nice way.
yeah, and not in a nice way. Like I literally punched through the TV, and of course I cut up my hand and stuff, and And like I said, like she's the one that used to bandage those. Going through, there was one time we were in the shower together and we had a glass door, and I don't remember what happened, but I punched the glass door, and
I think it was, I don't know, something fell like 3 times, and it frustrated him so bad that he literally, when before he went to bend down to pick it up, he just right into the door, and cut his whole hand open. I mean, we've had some episodes, that some people would be like, "Oh my gosh, like, what the hell? Why are you tolerating that?" I don't fear my husband, not even a little bit. Let me just put that out there. Not even a little bit. Um, I'm actually where he goes when he's that upset. Like, I'm what he's looking for. So I don't I don't fear when he's that way. I just feel bad. I feel bad, because I know that he doesn't want to feel that way. He doesn't want to react that way, and he can't control that. But yeah, I don't. Not even a little bit. He began crazy. I've been looking at him like, boy, bye. Like, I am not. I don't.
I mean, I've never been that way with her though.
No. Actually, I will say that he's never, like, it's never been directed at me. In all the years that we've been together, it's never been directed at me. Uh, but like I said, you love somebody, you want to fix it. You want to make it right. You don't want them to be, to feel that way. Oh yeah, I'm sure that there's people that feel the same way when they look at Carlos. They be like,
I mean, we've been told that. Like, we've been told that. Like, your husband scared me the first time I met him.
like, and I'm like, well, you don't scare me, man.
Yeah, he asked him. He asked her. He doesn't scare you a little bit.
Literally, one of his employees. He was like, he doesn't scare you? I'm like, not even a little bit.
His mother-in-law said, yes, my son got a mean face.
But, like I said, I just want to help. I just want to make him feel better. And, sometimes it's a lot for even me. And like I said, and when I feel like it's a lot for me, I just walk away and I find something to do. And I get that a lot. I get it a lot. It's my face. But I get it a lot. And it's been like that for a very long time. So much so my daughter's the same way. Like, just walk around like they ready to beat somebody all the time. I guess it's a New York thing, I don't know. But I get it a lot. Oh, I love you too. Oh, I don't take it personal, girl. Like I said, I hear it a lot. As you know, what is it they say? The resting bitch face. I get it all the time.
Yeah, so that's why, like, there was, things that happened in my life that and like I said, it was because of Lexi that she used to tell me, like, that's not normal. Like, up to that point, I thought my life was like I didn't know or realize what I had went through, and it was because of Lexi. So that's why this win was a win for both of us, and that's why I was so emotional, because
it was very emotional. It was.
And now I've been saying it like nonstop.
For everything.
For everything. I told Harley that she needed to be nice to me because I'm a disabled vet.
He was just like, he's just throwing it out there for everything now. He's using it for everything.
I mean, I should be able to do that.
Be nice. I'm a disabled vet. This morning, he asked me, how does it feel to be married to a disabled vet? I've been married to you for how long? Like, what are you talking about? You just became a disabled vet 3 days ago.
I'm to say what? Exactly. Exactly. So, like I said, it was a lot, and it was it was I felt like it was like the chapter of my life that I can, finally like close the door and be like, okay, that's done. So,
Yeah. It was important. It was a very important chapter that needed to be finalized.
yeah.
And it was.
So, so what you saw in the vlog, that was like everything in the last 2 weeks that I was doing and trying to get done and stuff. While this was so like, it was on step 3.
Oh, no. No, not at all.
Oh no, hell no. As a matter of fact, this gave me room to comfortably do the channel. Like the channel was, I started the channel because I couldn't find work, and I was like, like maybe I can build this and make some money. But then it became stressful because I'm like, like every time I didn't go viral, I'm like, like damn, like I need to. But now, like having, I'm not saying that, I'm not making nearly as much money as when I was working, but how having a little breathing room where I can I can focus on my channel and still and do so at a comfortable pace and not stress out every time I have a video that doesn't go viral, which is then every video. So it was
And the other thing is that let me say that this channel for Carlos is more than that. This was happening right here, like the conversation, the being able to share and have people ask questions, and being able to put himself out there to help, even if it's one person. This is what Carlos made this page for initially. Like that's what it was all about. So I don't think that him giving it up is ever going to be even an option. Like I wouldn't want him to. Like this is his passion. This is what he loves. And so no, he won't. He's not giving. I wouldn't. I won't let him give it up.
I mean, the psych doctor literally said, she's
Yeah.
like, it's a good thing you're online
She
because
literally told him
she's
that.
like, your story is gonna save somebody's life. Like,
She was like, "You're gonna save somebody's life. You're gonna help somebody." She was like, "You should write a book." Oh, absolutely.
oh, absolutely, definitely, feel knowing that, I'm like, okay, like I could pay the rent. You know what I mean? Like, and I literally what I told her.
Yeah.
I was like, the money is gonna go into the bank. And so what she usually does is she doesn't use our bank to get paid to get her money. And so every 2 weeks she has to transfer funds, which charges us to do so. So I told her, I was like, the money will be there in the beginning of the month to just pay the rent like all in full, like in one swap. Just pay it and get it over with. And I was like, you know, I've always been that type. I've always been a provider. Like I've always, that's what I've wanted. I'm okay with that. So, I know some people think it's crazy. But you give your wife the whole check, and I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I don't want to be bothered with it. She's got more patience than me. Just let me know how much I can spend, and so, I'm like, but the fact that I can do that, and which makes her feel more comfortable. Which makes it a better household, because now she's not, walking around stressing, and, so
Yeah.
that's,
Like it was.
that's a blessing,
It was definitely right on time because I know Miss Eva knows because she's been around for a while. But my company got bought out and they started off with March and now it's moved to April, May, when the transition will take place. We still don't know if they're going to keep us or not. And even if they do, if we're going to be making the salary that we're making. And if we're not, for me, it wouldn't be worth the hour drive that I take there and an hour drive back home for less money.
It's already not worth money.
It's just not. It wouldn't make any sense financially to do that. Um, to include the wear and tear that I'm putting on a 2014 vehicle. So oh, absolutely. So it's just it came on. It's here on time when it was supposed to be, because again that was a big stressor for me. Like if I lose this job, like what are we gonna do? Like I literally I walked in the door one day and I was just crying, and I'm like, I don't want to go back. Like I don't want to take any steps backwards. Like this is like that was so hard. To hear that I I may lose my job, and I was the only source of income, and that sucks. Um, so it was rough. So this last week, waiting for them to say what was going to happen was like, this is going to determine where, how we're moving forward, because I don't know what's going to happen with this job. I don't know if I'm going to have a job in a couple of months. Like I don't know what we're going to do. Um, and when you've been through what we've been through, it's like I don't want to go backwards. Like I don't want to. Like that was rough, and I don't want to see. I don't want to be there again. I don't want to see it again. I don't even want to think about it again. Like so, right on time, like it was supposed to be.
Yeah. So, if that happens, thankfully, I'll have enough to, we'd have a place to stay, and
The light and the Wi-Fi will be paid.
Yeah. I mean, it won't.
If nothing else, those
won't be
three
pretty,
things will
yeah.
be paid. I didn't get to see all of
She
it.
said, I went back to the video when I said you got the job, and then about them, but then hearing me say that they're selling, and then she prayed that you didn't lose your job.
Yeah, it's been rough. Like the team that I work with is an amazing team. Like I love my coworkers, to include my DM and my VP of operations, who Carlos actually got to meet when I was covering the South Carolina facility. Um, like awesome freaking people, and it sucks because you start building relationship with these people, and then it just gets, it's just torn apart.
Now, mind you,
Yeah.
her VP and her DM do not have jobs.
Yeah, once this is over for us, whatever date that is that it's over for us, they don't have, like, there's nowhere for them. There's no chance that they can keep them. Like, there's no positions for them. So once it's over, then it's over. Like, they just have to, and they're like, as long as you guys stay, we're riding it out with you. Like, we're not leaving you. So it's just been, it's been rough, but with the good news this week, it made it feel like, okay, we can breathe. Like at the very least, our basic bills can be paid, and I'll have to collect unemployment until I find something else, which I've already started looking. But I agree. I agree. I agree.
I'll tell you, like, nobody cares, bro. Like, I just read this morning or yesterday morning that Block, the company behind Cash App and somebody else, they just laid off 4,000 people, and like the CEO, like people are like, oh yeah, we're able to do this now, and we can. It's so much faster, and so much better for our customers, and you're like, but you laid off 4,000 people. I guess 4,000 families that don't have jobs now. Like, and these, there's like, people don't care, man.
Yeah, that's
Lowe's, the CEO or whoever the hell he was, and Lowe's was talking about how they laid off 1,000 people, and then like in the same breath he's like, yeah, but check out the drip, like check out my, and people are like, what, dude? Like, people don't care, bro. Like, yeah. it's like you're not trying to serve better people. You're not trying to serve people better. You're making it so that like, oh, I don't have to pay 4,000 paychecks. Like, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, and it's getting worse. And I've been saying that for a year. I'm like,
Yep.
that's what I've been saying. I've been telling people for
It's
years
getting
now. I'm
worse.
like, people are not hiring. I don't care. I don't care what they say out
You
there.
know, it sucks because I was just when all of this started happening with this job with my job. I'm telling Carlos like like I'm 50. Like to start over right now is hard. Like I have to look for a job at 50. Like people are not. That's not the norm. You know what I'm saying? Like they're not just oh yeah we're just gonna hire a 50-year-old. No, they're looking for the 20-year-old that they could pay $17 an hour and call it a day. They're not looking for the 50-year-old that has 25 years of customer service experience and wants what she's worth. Um,
Yeah,
so it sucks. It really does. Like it's like
they want people they can manipulate, and they want people that they can lowball. They want people that like I was doing what I was doing for almost 20 years. Like you can pay somebody with a fraction of the experience a whole lot less than what you'd have to pay me, like, and
and that's exactly and that was my fear. I'm like
hi Hurley.
I gotta find someone who's gonna be willing to be like okay she's got the experience. Like first off she deserves what she's asking for, but on top of that at her age. Exactly, because there's no other options. There's nothing else. Like,
Yeah.
you retire and then you can't live off of that retirement because it's not enough to survive. So they gotta go work, these low paying jobs just so that they can put food on the table. Because that's what they use it for. It's just so that they can eat. Because what they get from their retirement, they're using to pay their rent or mortgage and keep lights on. Like, it just sad.
That's why I don't knock nobody when I see them struggling or whatever, because like you don't know what people got going on and what people are going through. Ever since people ever since I started YouTube, it's been like, oh, get a job, get a real job, or oh, what do you mean you're not working? I'm like, dude, like I can only work if somebody hires me. Like I need somebody to hire me.
Yeah, like it's not just that simple.
And then people see my resume. I've had like people say, well, dumb down your resume, and I'm like, how do I not show that I have all this experience? And then if you look at my resume, I've been with the same company for 17 years. So people see my resume and they're like, that's it. And I'm like, what do you mean that's it? They're like, well, you've only worked at this place, and I'm like, look how many years I was there. Like, I'm only 47. Like how long do you think like? And I'm like before that I was in the army, like which doesn't apply. It doesn't pertain to this job, so I didn't put it. But people, they're like, well, what did you make? What did you make at your last job? I'm like, why does that matter? Like, why do you care what I made at my last job? Like, I saw what your ad was offering, and I applied. So that tells you that, or it should tell you that I'm accepting what you're offering. What did you make? And when I tell them, they're like, oh, I can't pay you that. I'm like, I didn't ask you to pay me that. Like, again, I saw your ad say what it was offering, and I accepted that, so that's why I applied. Yeah, awesome. Lexi's going to meet my duty at the moment. She'll be back. So, yeah, I'm like, no, but what did you make as a district manager? And I'm like, as soon as I tell them I made, 6 figures, they're like, I can't pay you that. Why don't you go back to doing that? I'm like, if I wanted to go do that, I wouldn't have applied at your punk ass ad. So, it just, I'm like, What do you? And people, oh, I got two jobs. You can't get one. I'm like, I don't know what you want me to tell you. And I don't care who you are. Eventually, you get tired. And you're like, well, I guess I'm gonna figure something else out because this clearly ain't working. Like, well, yeah, like the jobs that I've had like that I've applied for, the ones I actually got interviewed for, yeah, like it was somebody, at least 15 years younger than me, ain't hasn't been doing the job as long as I have. Like, I had one guy, like I applied when we were in Florida. I applied to the storage facility that Lexi worked at, and like he's like comparing what he does as a district manager to what I did as a district manager in like two totally different fields. I'm like, dude, I had like over 100 employees. You have 12. Like, don't compare what I did to what you are doing. Like, I've had some people tell me that I've had somebody tell me that they don't want to hire me because of the franchise I came from, and apparently the franchise has a bad rap. So they were like, "We don't want to hire you." I was like, "Wow!" Like, I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot. I've had people interview me that I'm like, you're the person interviewing me. Like, this is so disrespectful. Like, you're trying to judge me if I'm good enough for this company. Like, you don't even belong in your position. That's what I said. I went to I worked at, I've said it before, but I worked at a Jiffy Lube franchise here in Eastern North Carolina. And I didn't want to go back to Jiffy Lube. After 17 years, I was ready to do something different. But when I couldn't find another job, I said, the hell with it. And I went to a job fair where Jiffy Lube was there. And I showed them my resume, and they were all excited. And then I spoke to like a market leader, and then like he was like, asking me my numbers, and then when I told him, he was like, "Well, if you did that here, I'd fire you." And I'm like, "Dude, like you're managing Miami, I was managing Goldsboro, North Carolina. Like you're talking about apples to oranges. Like you had a major market. I was in a, how many people were in Miami? Like we had like 50,000 people in Goldsboro. Like I'm like, good. Now you're comparing. So, but by the time I left the place where the job fair was, they called me for an interview. I got to an interview. He called me for an interview. He called me for an interview on a day. The district manager called me for an interview on a day he was meeting his entire district. So there was no parking. And then my interview was supposed to start at 11. He didn't see me to 12 with no apology, no explanation, no nothing. And then when he asked, like the first question he asked is what franchise I was coming from. And when I told him, oh, like, he was like, we're not going to hire you. Like, those guys have a bad reputation. And I was like, oh. So I waited, I drove down there, spent money I didn't have to get there, waited an hour without an explanation, and then that's what I got told. And I was like, oh, wow. I was like, okay. And like, that's literally how I've been on interviews where they've taken me to 3 and 4 levels. Okay, step 4, and then I do the last interview and get ghosted and don't hear nothing back. I had one interview that it was at a dog like a doggy daycare spot, which I thought was awesome. It was for an assistant manager position, which I thought was awesome because they were like, you can bring your dog with you. And at the time, we were living in a hotel, so I was like, oh, that's great. Like, hell yeah, I can bring Harley with me. And the guy spent the entire interview convincing me that I don't want to work there. He's like, well, you're dealing with live animals, so, there's bodily fluids and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, I have a dog. And he was like, yeah, but your dog versus other dogs. I'm like, poop is poop. Like, I don't feel any better picking up my dog's poop versus somebody else's dog's poop. Like, poop is poop. I'm like, and he spent the whole interview trying to convince me that I didn't want to work there. And that was the stuff that I was going through. Like, McDonald's, I applied at McDonald's. They told me, hey, like, you passed the assessment. We would love to interview you. However, the interviewer doesn't have any room on his calendar and we'll call you when one comes available. That was October 8th. This past October 8th.
We're still waiting.
Yeah. It's almost March. It got to the point that I used to send them to my brother. I used to tell my brother and Lexi when I applied, I would send them, hey, this is where everything I applied to. And I wouldn't just tell them, like I would show them like what I applied. I would send them the link. Like, this is what I applied to. And then when I would get the rejection letter, I would show them. I'm like, people were like, oh, but you don't just apply for manager positions. And I'm like, dude, like literally, I'm applying, and I'm like, when you've worked up here, and you're applying for something down here, like people are not like, they're not looking to hire you, because they know the moment you find something that pays you up here, you're gonna be gone. So, I've had my resume reworked like 16 times. Like everybody and their mother was like, send me your resume, send me your resume. I'm like, all right, dude.
It's rough out there.
Huh.
It's rough out there.
So, people ain't hiring, man. They're hiring people who I feel like they can manipulate, or unless you got specific skills in like AI or something. Right. You're overqualified. Yeah.
That's just them literally telling you don't expect a call back.
I'm done. I was here a week. I got an interview at Cookout they called me a week in advance to tell me about an interview. Right after seeing my resume and my application, I get there. We had to go to this side room, and I was on time, but I was the last person that showed up, and we sat in this briefing for 30 minutes on how that telling us about the culture and stuff, and then telling us that we were gonna have to go through a 7-week training program. So I was like, all right, bet. Like, they're gonna train. Like, hell yeah, that sounds good. So because I was the last one to show up, like I was the last one they interviewed, and I sat down and they're like, yeah, tell us about your restaurant experience. I'm like, well, I don't have any, but I have extensive leadership experience doing this, and this is how it's similar, and they were like, oh well, you don't have any restaurant experience, and I was like, well, no. I'm like, but you literally just told us, you just had us sit in a room for 30 minutes telling us how you're gonna train for 7 weeks, and they're like, yeah, but we're looking for somebody with experience. I'm like, why would somebody with experience need 7 weeks of training? And they're like, well, we'll call you if we're interested. And I was like, no. I was like, no, I'm not going to hold my breath. I was like, whatever. I'm like, her job, well, you don't have experience in storage. And I'm like, but you literally hired her and put her through training, and she had experience. I'm like, the hell I need experience for if you're gonna train me how to do it your way anyway. But
So it doesn't matter, yeah.
I'm like, all right, well.
Eva said something. What's it called?
Did she just now? She said, hey, no JJ today. You know what? I think he did that on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
Because he says that he always carrying the conversation. So he specifically said last time, he was like, I'm going to go on a hiatus, one day. I mean, he could very well be in here now, just not talking.
And he would do that too.
But, you know, and people are like, well, you're not that old. And I'm like, in the job market, I'm for the type of jobs that I used to do, I'm pretty old, dude. Like, Jiffy Lube was a young man's game.
It is a young man's game.
They want somebody that can run around and do all sorts of crazy shit for 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. Like, I can't do that no more. Like, only reason why I lasted as long as I did is because for the last 10 years I was a district manager, like, which I pursued because I knew that I wasn't going to be able to do that for longer. Not with my back issues and shit like that. My asthma in the summer and the heat, like, you know, like that's rough. It's a young man's game. It's a young man's sport. But, so
Yeah. It's rough out there.
why I quit the stripper club? They don't like fat guys, Mario. They don't like fat guys. And short. Only Lexi likes those guys.
Oh, hello.
Me. So, you know, but I'm, like I said, I'm happy everything happens for a reason, and you know,
Yep.
now, like I said, we have a little cushion, and you know, I'll be able to, you know, thank God, we'll be able to get some retro because they'll pay me from the time I put my claim in, which we can put into a savings. So if anything happens, like, we'll have, you know.
He said y'all both screwed then. No stripper jobs for Mario or Carlos.
No stripper jobs for Mario or Carlos. I could see strippers named Mario. I don't know any strippers named Carlos. Like, Carlos is. I knew that I wasn't gonna do certain stuff just by my name. Like, you'd be like, I knew I wasn't gonna play sports based on my name. I was like, where's like, can you imagine Carlos Arnett? No, it just don't. It don't come out.
Well,
like,
that's because it's not. But if it was, you know, you hear it often enough, it becomes.
No, like, my name is like, no. So I know.
He's a mess. He's a mess.
I knew that I wasn't gonna be like. But Mario's like, you know, exotic. Like, look at Mario Lopez. Like,
Yeah.
good looking guy, muscular, you know, like. Name one Carlos like that. Name a Carlos. You can't exactly.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, the only time I hear Carlos is like the dude that stabbed that Ukrainian lady in his name was Carlos. I'm like, see my point?
Go figure.
Go figure. Like, they said his name. I'm like, really, bro? Like, his name was Carlos? She said, oh, hell no. Yeah, like, you don't hear no Carloses. Carlos Santana he was like an abomination. Like, he was like,
Carlitos way.
And what was he? And what was he? My point exactly.
He wasn't a stripper, that's for sure.
He wasn't a stripper. My point. We're like, I don't want to,
Eva, did you get a chance to listen to the podcast?
By the way, I gave Eva your number. So for free. Oh, well, I need to give you her number because I don't mind. I'll give it to you. I just thought about that. I'm like, damn, I gave her yours, but I don't think. She was like, here's my. I hope you weren't offended when I said that, either. But I was like, I don't want nobody to ever say, well, did you know
exactly.
I don't want you to ever say. Well, I mean, I told her then.
He mentioned it.
I just forgot to give her your number. But
he just didn't give me the phone number.
I was like, I don't want nobody to ever say, did you know that your husband was talking to some girl?
And they exchanged numbers.
Yeah. Because people.
You know how people are.
Yeah, people be. I was like, we're both married, so I'm going to give you Lexi's number.
Before somebody go say something they ain't got no business talking about.
That should be all over YouTube. Did you know Carlos was cheating on his wife? And it had like a thumbnail with me like this.
You're a mess.
Just saying, like, you know how people do with that shit. They just run with shit and be like, I was like, nah, I'm not gonna even do that to me or her. Like, so I was like, nope.
She said, well, at least it'll go viral.
Yeah, but it won't be my video. Like that, it don't count if it's not my video.
And that would be the one that
And that would be the one that goes viral.
Mm-hmm. Something somebody else posted.
Yep. But yeah, like, but it was this week it's been now let me tell you something. I wasn't like I'm gonna be very honest with you guys, like for since Thursday, like I haven't been like thinking about the money, like because I get retro, and I haven't been thinking about the money. Like I was like that's not what's important to me right now. And then I woke up this morning and I was like,
okay, I got past that now.
I was like, yeah, I'm past that. Like, get my damn money.
Are y'all gonna pay me or what?
We've already like talked about like the future and what we're not gonna do this time, and the best things about like making mistakes and is that you get to learn from them, hopefully, or you get the opportunity to learn from them. Mm-hmm. So like we were talking about like we're not gonna do this, we're not gonna do this. We're going to focus on what we need to do and what we want to do and stuff. So, like, initially we thought, maybe we'd move to a little nicer apartment. But then, we both were like, you know what? Nope, we're going to stay right here. Thank you. Because it was scary for a while. But we finally, God gave us a little grace, and that's all it was, is God's unmerited favor. Like, that's grace.
Yep.
You can't earn it. You can't buy it. He just gives it to you. It's just God's unmerited favor.
So. Not when you want it. It's when He says so.
So, I wish I can be like, what's the Steve Harvey said? There's a reason why your hand don't reach back there, because it ain't supposed to. It ain't supposed to. Like, it happened on God's time, so right when it needed to happen. My only gripe,
Nothing.
my only gripe is like, why God gotta show out? That's my only gripe. Like, why you gotta show out?
Gotta let you know he's the boss.
Yeah, you gotta be like, hold on, I'm gonna make it happen. Like, watch this. You like, bro, you let me sweat all this time. That's the Brooklyn
I
Bridge.
think that's the Brooklyn Bridge.
Yeah. That's I don't know how much I can see it. That's the Brooklyn Bridge.
It's the Brooklyn Bridge.
Lexi is from Brooklyn. So, you know. Yeah, but that's my only gripe. You like, come on, dude. Like, I had to go through all of that. You had to let me sweat.
Absolutely, Eva.
What'd she say?
He wants you to know he's in charge.
I mean, I know he's in charge. Like, we established that the last 32 times you saved my life. Like, you just like to show out. Like, watch this.
Show off.
Yeah. Just like to watch this. And you're like,
We know you got the powers.
All right,
fine.
Dude. All right, God.
Because he does. Yes, he does.
But yeah.
He most definitely does. And as much as we be like, why is this happening? Why is that not happening? Why is this happening like this? It's a reason for all of it.
But if we didn't, like I said, we probably would have moved apartments. We probably would have been like, all right, let's get something nicer now. Let's get something bigger. Mm-hmm. But instead, we were like, you know what? We comfortable right
I
where
was
we
like,
are.
no, we're comfortable right here. My apartment is nice and small and cozy and just enough. I was like, we can just, do some extra around,
And most of all, it's easy to clean.
There's a...
I don't know. Right now?
Where's my phone? Hold on. My grandson threw my phone on the floor.
How would you look? You have the ABC 11 app or something? Let's see. Let's see, hold on. Oh no. You talk about the stuff in Iran? That's all I see.
Just a bunch of madness.
Oh, that's all I see. I don't see,
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
See what's trending now. Iran, Dubai.
It's getting worse by the day, guys. Worse by the days.
Oh, the stuff about Iran? Yeah, like... The leader, the Iranian leader was murked in those strikes. Yeah, bro, it's world is a scary place. It just I don't know. I just feel like me. I'm like, dude, it's 2026. Like we're still doing these things. Like this is what we're still doing. Like people, just like man, just people just want to live, bro. Like I just want to live, not have to worry about my city's gonna blow up because you want this or didn't get that or whatever. Like it's just crazy, man. Like I'm just, so many people leaving. I saw a report the other day. There's so many that for the first time since the Great Depression that there were more people that left the U.S. last year than entered, and I'm like, where the hell, like, right? Exactly. It's like, bro, like, but people want dominance, and then people want, it's like, I mean, I understand some of it to a certain extent, and then other things, I'm like, this is just, yeah. So you go to war to prevent a war, and it's like, it's just, yeah, it's crazy.
Yep, it gets worse every day.
Yeah, it gets worse every day. It's like, I can't even, like, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I'm like, I stay up on the news just enough to know what's going on without going into too much detail because I can't, like, it's too much for me. Like I'm like I get sick to my stomach listening to.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's a lot. Not only what's going on in the world, but then all the local stuff happening, and it's just it's a lot. Like you said, like why can't we just live and let live? Like
Why can't we just mind our business as a country? Like, just mind our business.
it's a lot. But anyway, we're gonna hop off because I'm tired. I'm tired. Oh wow, he's on reserve.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah, that's...
Damn. Well, I'll pray because
Yeah, we're going to pray.
yeah, like we
We're
don't.
going to all pray because we really don't know where this is going.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother's still in the Air Force, so yeah.
It's scary, man. It's really scary. But my second episode of the podcast should be out the beginning of the week. So check it out, guys, if you haven't already.
It'll be out by Monday morning. It'll be out by Monday morning. I'm gonna work on it and get it up for you guys. But we're gonna hop off because, like I said, I'm tired, and I know Lexi's tired because she didn't went to work all day. Let me tell you something. Like home care is not easy. My nephew kept me busy all day.
We love you too, Miss Eva. Good night.
We love you too, girl.
Good night, Mario.
Good night, Mario.
Suegra.
Good night, suegra. We love you guys. Oh shit. Fat people problems. All right.